So 2003 Boxster, the S model. We're gonna do just the rear pads and rotors and brake speed sensor. All right, first we're gonna have to remove the rim. This one has a 17 and a 119. All right, so what we have here, we gotta remove the caliper. Um, the way you can tell that the brake pads and rotors are bad is that you see this lip. This lip is really noticeable, very deep. So and it's also warped. So the rotors are very bad. And the pads are just a little bit low. So yeah, caliper bracket bolt takes size 10 Allen. For that pin that goes on the caliper, we're taking a 316 punch, um, just with the flat tip. All right, now that we remove the caliper off the rotor and the bracket, you're gonna have to compress the caliper pistons. There's 4 pistons in these. You can use a tool for this, but I don't have the tool right at this very moment, so we're just gonna use some pliers at the ends. Alright, so basically I have this ply here, and I'm just gonna compress the pistons very slowly. I have a rag to protect the front face of the caliper, and I have it right directly on the pads. That way it gives a nice even compression, and it won't mess up the caliper at all. Alright, so I went ahead and compressed both sides. When I compressed the final side, this one relieved some of that pressure, and I ejected the pad a little bit. That's okay. It should the new pads should fit without no problem. Alright, so this rotor right here is heavily rusted, so we're gonna have to put some WD-40. I like to put some right here, followed with this. Then I believe this one runs through here. Okay, so like that. And basically I'm just gonna hammer the back side of it. That way the rotor pops out. I'm gonna be using, I believe, a 3-ounce hammer. Um, this is the hammer I will be using. All right, so using the hammer remove the rotor very easily. This is your parking brake system. The customer is not doing anything with the parking brake system at this very moment, and it looks in fair condition. So I'm just gonna use the same adjustments and everything on this one. I am gonna clean it with brake cleaner before I put the new rotor on. All right, now that the brake system is clean, I'm gonna go ahead and install the new rotor now. Okay. Um, yep. All right. When installing a brake pad system, always on European vehicles, always use good quality parts. Good brands like Techstar, WBR, any good brands for European vehicles. All right. Also, do not forget your brake sensors. Okay. All right. So brand new rotors is gonna have a layer of oil on it to prevent any rust. So make sure you apply some brake cleaner, and just use a rag to take away all that residue from front face and the rear face, and also for your parking system. All right, the parking and brake system is completely cleaned and ready for install of the rotors. Now that the rotor is on there, just make sure that it's properly aligned with the lug nuts and any slots that they have. This one's used for extracting the rotor. If you have the proper bolt for it. All right, so when installing the brake pads, you always gotta make sure you lube any of the contact points that for the brake system. Okay, and that way you have no possibility of locking the brake system at all, or drastically reducing that possibility. It's very important. It also will make the brake system last longer, because let's say if it does lock, is going to be dramatically wear that pad down and that rotor down. So having that efficient braking system working properly, um, you'll reduce the wear of the actual pads and the rotors just by applying some lube at the ends. And use a special lube for that. And this is the Paramedic Tex silicone ceramic extreme brake parts lubricant. This one does um, anywhere from -50 Fahrenheit to 3000 Fahrenheit plus. So it has a very good rating, and I like this one over the purple looking one. This one is just better quality than the purple one. I've used this quite a lot. I'm actually really low on this one. I gotta get a new one. And I have installed this caliper bolt temporarily on just to hold the brake caliper. But you always want to use the thread locker, and I like to use the red one. The red one ensures that that has no possible way that that bolt will ever come out um, accidentally, of course. All right, so this is how you want your brake pads lubed. You can go a little thinner than this. I just went a little bit too much, but this is how you want it. This one right here is for the pistons, and this is for where the pad slides in. Okay. All right. Now that that brake pad is installed and is properly lubricated in the points of contact where it slides and the pistons, we're gonna go ahead and install the brackets and the pins back in that cotter pin. All right. So this little cotter pin type of thing goes right in here where that little hole is at, and that's for this pin. Okay. All right, so before adding that thread locker, which is this one right here, to your bolt, caliber bolt, you want to go ahead and just dry, tighten both, and then just loosen it. That way everything is properly placed where it should be. And now you know you look through it, you don't have no problems with it. Then you can seal it. All right, when applying the thread locker, you go ahead and just put a quick bleed straight around the line. Alright, so this is basically how you want it to look. Just a quick bleed on that line. Everything else is good. Alright. Alright, so this is the second bolt. I did the bottom one first, now I'm doing the top one. And I'll always use an electric ratchet or a air ratchet, makes it easier. You always want to start it by hand first. Make sure there's no resistance or anything. Then you can take your electrical and have that nice and snug. Then you go with this tool here, first like that, and then you extend it to get it better leverage. All right, so you first have it snug with this, then extend it, and then put an extra amount of leverage into that. Make sure that bolt does not come out. So that's good. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the bottom one. All right, so now that the caliper system is installed, we can go ahead and change the sensors. And basically, this is how the sensors go into your new brake pads. You have this one here, and that one. So that's basically what it is. Okay, and this is how it's connected. I wish I get some flashlight in here. So that's how it's connected there. And this is the other one. It's the same thing. All right. All right. So just follow that line all the way to right here, wherever it goes. And then this particular car just goes right here on the other side. You want to pry this open and just remove this side of it right here. There we go. After that, just replace it with a new one. Okay. All right. So basically, I like to route the wires this way first, and then connect it to the plug. So right there, this is how you connect. It only goes one way on this one here. So you just got the lock right there. It goes into that one, that slot, and then that's your plug. Just plug it up, lock it. This is the open position. This is the lock position. Make sure it clicks, and you're good to go. All right, now that everything's fully installed, everything is tightened down properly, everything is sealed down properly, lubricated. Now any type of dirt that you have here, you want to do with the Sprite with the brake cleaner, and just clean any type of contaminants you have. All right, now the brake cleaner it was really good with this one, and I just cleaned everything out. Didn't have to really do much. This is the brake cleaner I use. It's a really good brake cleaner. It's not that strong, and then the smell is very, very good stuff. All right, so after just installing everything, go ahead and put the tire on. Everything needs to go on by hand first. Every lug nut goes by hand first. Then you torque it down to specs. All right, this is all the products are used in the video. This is a size 10 Allen flathead, thin wall sockets, and these are the products right there. The WD-40 brake cleaner, the grease, brake lubricant, and the thread locker, the red one. Yep. A very simple way to remove these is use a Phillips screwdriver like this, or you could put one of these adjustable wrenches on it, like that, on it. And that will give it an extra impact um, when you remove the try to remove that bolt. If you have a problem like this, just go ahead and cut it like that. Try to go more to the center like this one is. And do not cut past the rotor, okay? Do not get into the hub, all right? Just pay attention to what you're doing. This is what you use. So now with that deep, good ground on that metal that I just cut out, I was able to apply this method to go ahead and loosen that very nicely and easily. As you can see, both sides are easily removable now without a problem. What happened was that the first layer of metal uh, was, rusted off, weakened by rust. So I cut deeper inside the metal. That way I can get that strong metal. And using the flathead allowed me uh, to remove that bolt without uh, keep stripping it, or rounded it off, whatever you want to say. So yeah, and this will not damage the hub whatsoever. I'll show you that now. Yeah, so basically this cuts really deep inside the metal. This thing with focus will be good. Yeah, there we go. You see how deep that is? That ensures you that you will not strip it all, because all that metal is nice and good. It's not as weak as that first layer with the Phillips. As you can see, the hub is completely unaffected by that method. So long as you pay attention to what you're doing, you will not have any issue whatsoever. Alright, so this is just a quick overview on the brake installation. So you have these, I reinstalled it. It's not going to be a problem. It just helps with assembly. That's pretty much what it does. It keeps it aligned. And that way it doesn't move. But really, the plug nuts just do all that too. Anyway, nice and clean. Very, very nice. That I actually just forgot to put on. I'll put that on. Always triple check your work every single time. Triple check here, triple check here. Anywhere you look at, triple check your work. And everything's plugged in. The only thing you gotta do now is just put that little thing on it, which is just this little plastic that goes right here. But that's a good lesson right there. Triple check your work every time. Alright guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much. This is S Euro Shop. Alright, thank you.